Welcome everyone to today's 24X segment. My name is Brandon. This is my co-star, Robby Bucknum, Agent Ted Logan. Today, folks, we're going to be talking about 24X, the motion picture, but I just want to explain that since it's just literally been wrapped in its principal photography, it's still in editing, so we're kind of embargoed. We can talk about just sort of the beginning of the movie. That's where we can talk about basically the introductory segments. So let me start here. My character begins in a prison jumpsuit, literally walked into this crazy situation, and it's kind of like if you guys ever saw Silence of the Lambs. I don't know if you remember this, but 10 whole freaking minutes they're talking about like, oh, he's so bad, he's the most evil brain, like they spend 10 minutes like building up Hannibal Lecter to be this awful thing. So we do exactly this. I can tell you that much. We do exactly the same thing, like, oh, Mullet's so bad, oh, he can't even woggle around in the emergency room, like just. And then so when I do finally come out, I'm basically just like all like, ah, like I could not meet expectations at that point, right? Like,
hello, Clarice.
So the only thing I can tell you is, as far as like a funny little ha-ha moment, is like we kind of start like this, and then dun, 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 and then somehow, bam. But yeah, a little more cleaned up. That's the last thing I'll say on this point, is that I was embargoed to not go get my hair cut during the entire production. So I am pleased today to also announce that I can now go to the barber, and by tomorrow this will regrettably go away. 24X, you played, we're not even joking, folks, Agent Ted Theodore Logan. Oh, yeah. Like you really, really do. Like, yeah. So when I decided to go all in, I was like, oh, you'll go down this road with me. Like, did you get it immediately when you read it or looked at it?
Oh, yeah. I knew that's what you wanted to go, you know, with the other guy as well.
Now, what was it like since we did it as green screen for you? Like, I know for me, like, I'm kind of comfortable in the green screen space, but was this strange for you? Kind of everything's make-believe.
Yeah, this is new, but I'm getting to, like third time here.
Yes. So basically we can tell you folks up to a certain line. I think we can show kind of maybe just a still or two from the very beginning, but the group does get together and let us explain in this shot. So it is going to be Phil and Ted, and Phil is the head of STD Los Angeles. And then we've got Dr. Carey standing in there. And the funny thing about this is that Dr. Carey is sort of the reluctant, like, oh no, there's no hope. This guy is totally effed up, like just right off the bat. Like, but this Phil is the corporate, like, results, like must do something. So
get it done.
All we can tell you is they go for desperate measures to sort of get Mullet. But everything 24 that you guys loved, all the shocking moments where like something happens and then they turn a corner and it's like, ah, ta-da! Like we went for some of that kind of angle to keep with the tradition. But we can't forget about X-Files. I wove X-Files into the storyline, as you probably saw, you know?
A little bit.
A little bit of a tease,
and you know me, I'm an old, X-Files.
Yes, which we're going to be talking about in our UFO segment today, too. But the great thing about that is I'm sure that you might have even seen little pieces of the tapestry. I don't know how much 24 you saw, but when I look at what we shot, I see so much. I see at least 5 or 6 different eras of 24 represented in what we shot.
Wasn't it right before or right after X-Files? Like when it aired?
Yeah, like, so they did not overlap with each other, right? Literally, like I believe 2001 was when X-Files wrapped and then 24 premiered.
Okay.
And 24 was briefly delayed due to 9/11. If people didn't know that, briefly delayed a couple months in their production.
Okay.
But just thank you so much. Like I can't get this out and be thankful to everyone enough. Like this was a group project. You saw the team that we assembled for this.
That was a good team.
This was a top tier team.
Great. Showed up.
It's just so much fun. But the great thing about it is, folks, I believe that I played Mullet Bower for the last time. I really do. This was meant to be a one-off film and bring the storyline to a conclusion. I just want to make sure that everyone understands the reason why. 11 years ago, 24, which went off the air in 2010, it had a series finale, came back for a 12-episode miniseries, and they're like, yeah, no, let's give Jack Bauer a better ending. Yeah, not so much, Fox. Just to give you a spoiler alert, basically Jack Bauer has to sacrifice himself to be a captive to the Russians in order to save Chloe's life, and so the damn thing ends with him getting on a helicopter to presumably be tortured or killed for the rest of his life. And it is now 11 years later, and we're only now hearing murmurings from the actual Fox 24 apparently Kiefer Sutherland says he has been shown a script.
I saw that, yeah.
The showrunners have to go to Disney because they're now the parent company.
They are.
And so they have to run a proposed, 24 series now, like 25 years later after the original.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like everything is a financial decision now, but do you have any thoughts on whether or not they give it even another 12 episode run at that?
I know when they brought X-Files back, which, again, Disney.
Yes, it was.
There was a limited event series, and then they brought it back again and called it, season 11. But those were like limited as well, like a handful of episodes.
Yes.
So they can do. That's probably what it'll be. I don't think it's going to be.
And I think if
seasons aren't like 24 episodes anymore.
And if they want to tell a story arc that gives their primary character Jack Bauer a different closure, they have 12 episodes to get there.
12? Okay.
But I got to be honest with you.
You think 12?
I hate you guys. I hate to be so direct and morose. They will just have to kill him. They will really have to kill Jack Bauer because they've done everything from like leaving him in the Chinese for torture, leaving him in the Russians for torture, like leaving him to run from the U.S. government as a terrorist. He's at this like end of his story. Like there's nothing else other than something.
Oh, so they didn't kill him. I never saw that.
If they want to bring it to, I'm just saying, I'm telling you, showrunners, I'll write it for you and then I'll share the Emmy.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Okay. I want to be Ted again.